So, one Chinese city gives you luxury skyscrapers, world famous views, and global energy, while another city gives you amazing food, lower prices, and fewer tourists. So, which one is actually better, Guangzhou or Hong Kong? Of course, the answer might surprise you. So, if you are planning a trip to China, choosing between Guangzhou and Hong Kong can be tough. Both cities are modern, they are exciting, and they are packed with things to do. But they are very different experiences, of course. So now imagine two brothers. One brother loves showing off, the other is quieter but full of hidden talent. So that is kind of what Guangzhou and Hong Kong are like. So let's start with Hong Kong. Of course, Hong Kong is famous around the world. Of course, it has one of the most beautiful skylines on earth. At night, the city lights up like a giant futuristic movie set, and you will find luxury shopping, famous attractions, stunning harbor views, and you'll find a mix of East and West, unlike almost anywhere else. But there's one thing many travelers notice quickly. Hong Kong can be expensive. Hotels, restaurants, and attractions often cost much more than in mainland Chinese cities. So now let's talk about Guangzhou. Many travelers skip it. They skip Guangzhou, and that is a big mistake. So Guangzhou is one of China's oldest and most important cities. Of course, it is the birthplace of Cantonese culture and Cantonese cuisine. Of course, in simple words, if you love food, Guangzhou feels like heaven. They've got noodles, they've got seafood, and they've got street snacks everywhere. And many locals will tell you that the food here in Guangzhou is even better than in Hong Kong. So another big advantage of Guangzhou over Hong Kong is value. Of course, your money usually goes much further in Guangzhou than in Hong Kong. So in Guangzhou, hotels are cheaper, transportation is cheaper, food is cheaper. You can enjoy more while spending less. But what about attractions? Of course, Hong Kong wins when it comes to attractions. They wins when it comes to iconic landmarks and famous views. Then Guangzhou wins when it comes to local culture and experiencing everyday Chinese life. So if you want luxury shopping, Hong Kong wins. If you want authentic local food adventure, Guangzhou wins. If you want famous skyline photos, Hong Kong wins. Then if you want fewer crowds and better value, of course Guangzhou wins. So here's the surprising part that you don't know. Many experienced travelers visit Hong Kong first, then they discover Guangzhou and wish they had spent more time there in Guangzhou. You know why? Because Guangzhou feels less touristy and more authentic. So is Guangzhou better than Hong Kong? Of course, the real answer depends on what kind of traveler you are. So if you want world famous attractions, if you want incredible skyline views, and if you want international energy, Hong Kong is hard to beat. But if what you want is amazing food, lower cost, rich culture, and a more local experience, then Guangzhou might be the hidden winner. Maybe the best choice is not Guangzhou or Hong Kong. Maybe it is the both. They are only a short train ride apart, so you can visit both. But have you visited Guangzhou or Hong Kong? Which city would you choose and why? Leave a comment below. And if you love travel comparison, if you love hidden destinations, and if you love China travel content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with a fellow traveler. So, ladies and gentlemen, see you in the next video. Bye bye.